think that should be good. All right. All right. So let me share this screen here. Last week we were looking at a couple of things. Let's see if this phone started. There we go. Last week we were looking at a couple of things concerning the Most High, when it has to do with health, right? Right. In last week we looked at the fact that the Most High let us know that exercise is profitable, right? Um, we looked at how to avoid being sick all the time, which is to exercise, right? The Most High said if you exercise, if you use a little physique, you won't be sick all the time, right? We also looked at, just give me a second here. We also looked at how the Most High said to embrace physical work because he himself ordained that as well. A lot of times we and our kids, we want to avoid so-called hard work, man, or laborious work. Well, sometimes that's all that's going on in the place that you're at. So the Most High says, listen, man, don't abhor laborious work because he ordained it, right? Right now, there's a big problem, especially in the Caribbean, with young people not wanting to do any farming. Meanwhile, this is the future of the survival of families, towns, cities, countries, period. This is the future. Why? Because we know the Most High is destroying every last one of these major metropolitan cities. And then what is man gonna do, right? If you don't know how to grow your own food, you have no connection to the land, to the sea, right? To the animals, you don't know what to eat, what not to eat. You're simply not gonna make it, man. You're gonna starve to death, right? So having a connection to the creations of the Most High is a bulwark against starvation, man. Right? You will be able to eat when other people ain't eating. You'll know what to do when other people are completely confused as to whether to go left, right, um, up or down, man. Right? So the Most High says embrace physical work, and in that he includes husbandry, man. He said, do not abhor a laborious work, neither husbandry. Right? So don't say, I ain't gonna be no farmer, I ain't gonna do no farming. The Most High said, don't have that kind of attitude, because these things are ordained from the Most High, right? And we see the good of them, right? We also looked at how the Most High said, good health is above all gold, man. So you can be rich as you want, but if you're in poor health, it's worthless. You understand? So your good health is even above money, right? And we know in other places in the scriptures, the Most High said you can't serve him and money, right? Money is people's God, man, in and out of the truth, right? You have some people, all they can see is what they can get out of the world. When the Most High tell you use the world, but don't abuse it, right? Don't put the world above your spiritual practice. Don't put the world above the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High God. Because he tell you, look for him first. Seek ye first the kingdom and his righteousness. So don't just come in the kingdom and sit around and then now you go look after gold. When you get into the kingdom of the Most High, seek righteousness. And you're gonna get the gold and everything else that's coming to you. Because righteousness leads to all these things. 100%. I can tell you, as a man that's serious about righteousness, righteousness leads to all these things. They may take time, you may struggle. In fact, you will struggle because that is ordained for everyone who follows Yahweh Shai, man. They have to bear their cross. But if you take it one day at a time and take one step at a time, one day at a time, eventually you're gonna arrive at the place where you need to be, right? And it's gonna be a good place, right? Because you followed the Most High and His righteousness first, and He's added all these other things unto you, right? So that's what we looked at in part four. Today, we're gonna look at medicine, okay, and then we'll conclude. All right, the lesson's not long today. Um, there's more things we can talk about after. Um, sorry, there's more topics within this field, or there's more, yeah, topics within this particular study. I guess not, I don't want to say field, within this course of study that we can look at. But you guys gotta let me know if there's other things that you're interested in, and I'll list some of these things at the end of the study. And you guys can let me know if you're interested in learning about these things. I can bring out more studies on them. But for today, we're just gonna look at medicine, okay? And that's gonna be a nice place to get you started, right? Ending at medicine. So that being said, we're gonna start in Sirach 38, and we'll go to verse 4. Right? Sirach, of course, being Ecclesiasticus. Go ahead, Sam.
Yahweh hath created medicines out of the earth, and he that is wise will not abhor them.
Right.
Was not the water
Wait,
made
hold on.
sweet?
That's all I want. That's all I want. Right? Give me a second. Can everyone hear me?
Yeah.
All right, perfect. So the scriptures tell us Yahweh has created medicines out of the earth. And if you're wise, you're not gonna hate Yahweh's medicines. Okay? We looked at it, we looked at this in I'm pretty sure some of the previous parts, but what you're getting from the pharmacy is drugs. Doctors are selling you drugs, man. Okay? When you get a drug on the street, where you think it comes from, man? Where you think the formula comes from, man? These things are not just made willy-nilly. Okay, they are drugs formulated by professionals and they end up on the street and they make street versions when they get the formulas. I just did a CPR course. The instructor said exactly that, man. Right? When you look at fentanyl, for example, and he mentioned some other drugs. Um, these are just street versions of pharmaceuticals. And when you look in the scriptures and the scriptures talk about witchcraft, the word that's translated as witchcraft is actually pharmakia, which is drugs, man. Right? So the Most High is actually not what you take in drugs. Why? Because he created medicines out of the earth. Bush medicine, like we say back home. And if you're wise, you will not hate them. Even things like morphine. Morphine comes from the poppy plant. You need to have a surgery and numb pain. You can take the sap of a plant, man, and use it. And they say you gotta be careful how you use the sap of the plant because it's highly addictive, but it has its purpose. You break a bone, the bone needs to set. Hey, man, you can use some poppy plant sap. You see, the Most High created the medicines, and man is just copying the medicines, making drugs so he can patent the Most High's medicines and sell it to you overpriced with all kind of side effects. Okay, so medicine comes from the earth. That's where it comes from. Period. Right? drugs come from the lab. Okay. Says here in Second Kings, let's go to Second Kings chapter 20. Right? We read verse 1 to 7. Second Kings chapter 20. Right. Right. Go from verse 1, Sabs.
In those days was Hezekiah sick unto death, and the prophet Isaiah the son of Amoz came to him, and said unto him, Thus saith Yahweh, set thine house in order, for thou shalt die and not live.
Right. So of course Hezekiah is about to die, man. Right? From sickness. Right? And Isaiah comes and lets him know, hey, the Most High says you're gonna die, get your house in order. All right. Um, decide who you're gonna give what and that sort of thing, because you're soon gonna dead. Right. And then what happened?
And then he turned his face to the wall and prayed unto Yahweh, saying, I I beseech thee, O Lord, remember now how I have walked before thee in truth and with a perfect heart, and have done that which is good in thy sight. And Hezekiah wept sore.
So stop right there. This is the kind of mind that Hezekiah had. Right? Hezekiah said with full confidence, I beg you, O Master, O Father, O Yahweh, you know I walk before you in truth with a perfect heart, which is a perfect mind, right? But Christianity and the other religions and philosophy of man will tell you nobody is perfect. Hezekiah said before Yahweh with confidence, he walked before him with a perfect mind. What does that mean? His mind was on keeping the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High 24/7 in everything that he did, man. He lived the lifestyle of a righteous and holy priest of the Most High, of an Israelite, man, of a blood, a blood Adamite, a chosen one by blood. He lived that life, man. Okay, his life matched up with what Yahweh said to do. And he now saying this in confidence before Yahweh is asking for Yahweh to extend his life, right? This is a really important scripture, right? We got to think to ourselves when we look in the mirror, am I able to say to the Most High, I've walked before you with a perfect mind, right? Are you able to have this confidence before Yahweh? Father, you know I always do what you say. Help me in this particular situation. Or is it a situation where you just don't even know what to say because you never do what the Most High asks you to say, right? You have no confidence before the Most High, right? Let us walk in truth that we might have confidence before Yahweh, right? And then what else, brother Hezekiah said? So sorry. And he said to the Most High, hey, I've done what is good in your sight, meaning what I've kept your commandments. And then the man started bawl because he didn't want to die. He didn't want to go yet, right? And what happened in verse 4?
And it came to pass, afore Isaiah was gone out into the middle court, that the word of Yahweh came to him, saying, Turn again and tell Hezekiah, the captain of my people, Thus saith Yahweh, the God of David thy father, I have heard thy prayer, and have seen thy tears. Behold, I will heal thee. On the third day thou shalt go up unto the house of Yahweh,
Mm-hmm.
and I will add unto thy days 15 years, and I will deliver thee and this city out of the hand of the king of Assyria,
Right.
and and I will defend this city for mine own sake and for my servant David's sake.
Go ahead.
And Isaiah said, take a lump of figs. And they took and laid it on the boil, and he recovered.
So after the Most High said, I will heal thee, right? Hey, they went to the bush medicine man. They went to the apothecary. They went to the physician, which is really the apothecary man, the bush medicine man. Okay. Isaiah told him, and this is really important because the holy men of Yahweh know the bush medicine. The Levites historically have this knowledge. And later on, we're going to talk a little bit about that because I'm going to essentially ask you guys if you want more information on this topic because the Bible goes into detail about how to deal with various things like plagues, broken some injuries, and various other things, right? It goes into detail how to deal with these things. There are actually remedies, man, within the scriptures, right? And we can go into it later. But here's one of them, right? So the man had a boil and he was gonna die from it. Isaiah said to him, take a lump of figs, right? And he took the lump of figs, he laid it on the boil, and he recovered, man. He didn't go to Greece and get a potion, man. That's not what he did, right? He went and took the bush medicine and he recovered, right? And let's not pretend like I'm insane here. We know that there's alternative medicine for a reason. We know that our brother Sebi healed many people of AIDS using bush medicine, man. Okay, they took him to court in the United States of America to try to sue him, right? Or put him in jail. I can't remember what it was, because he was healing people and he was not a doctor. I think it's because he called himself Dr. Sebi, and he was not licensed by the Babylonians. And so, they wanted to penalize him for that. And the man had hundreds of testimonials. They asked him, I believe, for 3 testimonials of people saying that he had healed them of AIDS, man. And he had hundreds. And the man healed them using bush medicine. Okay? Let's not pretend that we don't know about Barbara O'Neill, man, and how she helps people to understand their body and deal with their ailments. Just using vitamins and minerals and exercise and lifestyle, man. You know, let's not pretend that we don't know about all these natural studies that show efficiency beyond drugs, man, pharmaceuticals. Let's not pretend that we don't know the power of vitamin D, man, right? In keeping our immune systems strong. Let's not pretend that the Most High bush medicine don't work. Let's not pretend that there's not people that know how to heal their bones with mud, man, if they break a bone. Let's not pretend that these things don't exist. All right, let's wake up out of the matrix and realize Yahweh made the world perfect, and you just need knowledge. That's it. You need the knowledge of how to do these things. You don't need the drugs, right? That being said, the point here was that he took the lump of figs and he laid it on the boil after Yahweh said he was going to heal it, and the brother recovered. All praises, right? Let's go to, let's see here, Jeremiah 8. Let's go to Jeremiah 8 and look at the balm of Gilead, right? I know this is especially for people familiar with Christianity. A lot of our a lot of our people are, because we grew up in it. You hear about the balm of Gilead. There is a balm in Gilead, I believe the old song goes. right? Well, what is this balm of Gilead, man? Right? We're gonna look into that right quick. So let me get 21 and 22, please. What am I gonna call you? Ruth. The little one, I'm gonna call you Ruth. The little one, I'm gonna call you Ruth, and I know you, the big one, you have to give me a name for yourself. Ruth,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
give me verse 21 and 22.
The harvest is past. The
Verse
summer.
21 and 22 of Jeremiah chapter 8, please.
The harvest is past. The summer
Okay,
is.
hold on, Ruth. You're
Um.
not reading from 21.
For the hurt of the daughter of my people, I am hurt. I am black. Astonishment has taken hold on me.
Right, astonishment has taken hold on me. Okay, so I am black, astonishment have taken hold on me. That means I am sad. All right, and distress has taken a hold on me. All right, go ahead.
Is there no balm in Gilead?
Nope, it's Gilead.
Is there no physician there? Physician there? Why then is not the health of the daughter of my people recovered?
Right. So the scripture says, is there no balm in Gilead? It didn't say if there wasn't any Advil or Tylenol. It said, is there no balm in Gilead? Is there no physician there? Why then is not the health of the daughter of my people recovered? Right? Right. And this is a rhetorical question. Okay. Is there no balm in Gilead? Gilead is known for balm. That's what it was known for, right? They have their little healing medicines, right? Like, for example, how we use tiger balm all the time in the Caribbean, for example, right? Probably in the South in the United States as well, right? The most I know there's balm in Gilead. Could Gilead make balm? That's like asking is if there's no tiger balm coming from China or wherever the hell it's made, right? Coming from Asia. That's a rhetorical question. He said, is there no physician there? Well, Gilead is known for as being a place for the healing of the people. And so yes, there are physicians there. Okay. And then he asked, why then is not the health of the daughter of my people recovered? Right? The point here being the healing medicine is the balm. Okay. It's the natural medicine. That's the healing. Okay. And let me see what we have here for physician as well. Jeremiah 8:22. The healer, man. Right? Same word. Rapad. Rafaad. The healer. Okay? Translated as physician, but really it's a healer. The healer is there, right? Let's see here. Let's see. Verb heal, man. Heal on Aramaic name compounded and on Aramaic proper name compounded with Rafa. Sabian proper name. Mend, repair, pacify, stitch together, mend, compare, such and such. Right? Okay. And again, we know from the precepts, heal, man. Right? Na Rafa heal. Numbers, Rapha, Numbers 12:13, Rapha, heal. Deuteronomy 20:27. Wherefore thou canst not be healed, not physician, healed. Right? So the Most High deal with healers, man. Right? People like Sebi, man. That's a healer, right? Do they know the body? Yeah, they know the body well, man. They know the systems well, and they deal with the apothecary, man. They give the apothecary something to make, man. A tincture, a balm. You understand? And they're not giving you drugs, man. Right? They're giving you the medicines of the Most High. Okay. That being said, so we looked at the figs, the balm. So I did want to look at a few things here. I have two references for the balm of Gilead, right? This is from Britannica. What is the biblical balm, right? Balm of Gilead or balm of Mecca is the myrrh-like resin from the Commiphora gileadensis of the Arabian Peninsula. The balsam fir is sometimes called balm fir or balm of Gilead fir, and the balm of Gilead poplar as well. Populus ex Jackie is related to such and such. I want to get this part here in Gilead, right? Which, can we get that here? Let's see. Right? This is the place that was known to have the healers, man. Right? We got Israel here, got the Dead Sea, we got the Northern Kingdom lands, we got Gilead, man. And these people were known to be healers. Okay. The balm of Gilead, used medicinally in antiquity, was the mastic obtained from the Pistachia lentiscus. It now commonly refers to buds of a species of North American poplar used to make cough syrup, man. Used to make cough syrups. Okay, so this is different, all right? Now they use the name to talk about this plant used to make cough syrups. But what it is the mastic, okay, which is dried sap, if I remember correctly, obtained from the Pistachia lentiscus plant, man. Okay. The mastic, sweet resin of the mastic tree. Okay, so it is the resin, as I thought. Okay. Look, it's used as a tooth cleanser and breath freshener as well. Okay. The gum, straight from the tree. You can clean your teeth and freshen your breath with it. You don't need no chemicals from the damn toothpaste that you're buying at Walmart, man. Right? The Most High has you covered, in case you didn't realize. Right? Okay. So as we go throughout life, man, we should make all effort to naturalize everything in our lives, our diet, the products that we use on our bodies, because a good health and a state of body is above all gold. And many of these products are known carcinogens, poisons, man, and cancer-giving agents, you know? Even in and we know this because we even in California now, when they make products that are able to give you cancer, they gotta list it on the product, man. And you'll be surprised how many products gotta put on the tag, hey, may cause cancer. And they weren't telling us this stuff before. They were just letting people just purchase it, you know? One second. Yes, products sold in California that may expose consumers to chemicals known to cause cancer or reproductive harm are required to have a warning label under California's Proposition 65. This law, officially known as the Safe Drinking Water and Toxic Enforcement Act of 1986, mandates that businesses provide clear and reasonable warnings before knowingly exposing individuals to these particular chemicals, man. Okay. Right. And this is sourced from OEHH State of California, OEHHA, amongst some other sources. All right. And you can look this up. You can look this stuff up yourself. Right. We got government websites giving us the information, which I believe these are two government websites. And the American Cancer Society. These are some of our references. And there's a whole lot more. Okay. Right. Okay. So what do I want here? Oh, here's another reference on the balm tree, man, from the balm of Gilead, the Pistachia lentiscus, right? This is from the National Library of Medicine. Okay. Says here, clinical interventions and trials have also showed the therapeutic potential of Chios mastic gum. Okay. Let's see, just so we know. Traditional uses, phytochemistry, and pharmacology of Chios mastic gum. Pistacia lentiscus. Pistacia lentiscus, var. Chia anacardiacea. Okay, a review. All right. So this is in a library of medicine, man. National Center for Biomedical information, right? And these are the authors, man. Look, right, of this particular study. And they let you know clinical interventions and trials have also showed the therapeutic potential of Chios mastic gum, or the balm of Gilead. In 2015, Pistacia lentiscus L-resin mastic was recognized as a herbal medical product in 2015. Okay. Herbal medicinal product with traditional use by the European Medicines Agency, with two therapeutic indications: mild dyspeptic disorders and skin inflammation, or healing of minor wounds, man. Over the last years, Chios mastic gum is widely involved in medicinal products, food supplements, and cosmetics, and has become object of study also in the field of pharmacotechnology. Okay, I told you guys already, they take the MOSI thing and make drugs with it. Okay. Chios mastic's beneficial properties have been demonstrated in the treatment of gastrointestinal disorders, wound healing, skin inflammations, plasma lipid and blood sugar reduction, and oral care. These properties are attributed to triterpenes and volatile compounds. However, because of the resin's chemical complexity and the lack of commercial standards for its main compounds, there is a noticeable gap in literature concerning the biological evaluation of CMG's isolated components. Okay. Therefore, future research should focus on the development of efficient extraction, isolation, and analysis techniques in order to unravel CMG's full pharmacological potential. So they already know it does certain things, and it needs even further study to see what more it does. And yeah, Howard told you about it thousands of years before they said a damn thing. Tell you about the balm of Gilead. All right. So I want to cite those two sources and kind of bring that out there a bit to show you guys that, hey, we're dealing with reason, man. Yahweh is wise. Yahweh is all reason. He made man through wisdom, not magic. Okay? He made the universe by wisdom. It wasn't magic. He's wise. He knows how to do these things. He opens portals and pushes his hand through it and writes on the wall with knowledge of how to do these things. Right? All praise to Yahweh, man, the power, right? And he has revealed to us many, many of his secrets, man. And yet the scriptures say we don't know God. Those that know him don't know nothing about him. And most of his works are hidden. And the little bit of stuff that he shows us is already awe-inspiring, right? So all praises. So lastly, on the medicine, we're going to look at, so we saw the balm of Gilead, we saw the figs used, we saw the fact that the Most High tells you, hey, medicines come from the earth. So right now we're going to look at when he says medicines come from the earth, what does he really mean? Is he saying, oh, it only comes from the bush, the bushes and that sort of thing? Well, you're going to see that no, the earth, his creation, the medicines come from creation would be a more accurate thing to say. And I'm going to show you guys. Let's go to Tobit 6. Let's go to Tobit 6. And let's see here. We'll read from verse 1. Let's get that, Subs.
And as they went on their journey, they came in the evening to the river Tigris, and they lodged there. And when the young man went down to wash himself, a fish leaped out of the river and would have devoured him. Then the angel said unto him,
Hold on,
Take the
hold, pause. Says when the young man went down to wash himself, a fish leaped out of the river and would have devoured him. This is a big clue. Because later on, we're going to learn that this fish was used to heal Tobit's father, Tobias, various parts of the fish. Now, I had my own suspicions as to what the fish was. I did research on it. I came to a particular conclusion, and then I asked the AI, and the AI gave me the same conclusion, right? So I'm going to tell you guys today. Now, can we say with 100% certainty? No. But we can say with a high degree of likelihood that it was this particular fish, right? So now we see fish being used to heal people, right? And just to kind of ground it and bring it home for you guys, if you do any research on various animal parts, they have a swath of nutritional and health benefits that you know, mainstream medicine doesn't really talk about, man. You know, the liver of cows, right, has many benefits, man, to your health, right? Sheep liver, you know, goat liver, right? Um, and not just the liver, um, uh, uh, other parts too, man. You know, these particular organs, the heart, they have particular health benefits, right? Let's see if we can look at the liver real quick, for example, right? People don't buy these things because they have no clue how good these things are for you. But these things are medicine, man, right? Remember, a cow just eats grass, man. So all the things you can convert as a non-grass eater, hey, you can get it from the cow and the sheep and the goat, right? And the bird, man. Why do you drink chicken soup when you get a cold, right? You know, and that's neither here nor there. I don't really want to speak too much on the chicken soup because maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. I'm not sure what in there works or doesn't work. I'm not gonna do the search now, but I want to show you guys the beef liver for illustration. Beef liver is a nutrient dense. Let's see here. Let's go to I guess Healthline, medical news today. What do we want? Let's pick one of these. Is liver a superfood? Healthline. Liver is a low-calorie food with many health benefits. However, it may not be a good option for everyone. What is liver? Okay, the one great source of several nutrients. Here are the nutrients found in 3.5 ounces or 100 grams of liver. Vitamin B12, all right, good for the formation of red blood cells and DNA. Also involved in healthy brain function, family. Okay, vitamin A, important for healthy vision, immune function, reproduction. Also helps the heart function properly. Riboflavin, folate, iron, copper, and choline. Iron, another essential nutrient that helps carry oxygen around the body. You get 36% of your daily value from a 100-gram serving of liver, man. Okay, and this stuff is dirt cheap at the store. $6. You're nice for a pack. The iron in liver is heme iron, the kind the body most easily absorbs, man. So this is called bioavailability for anyone that knows anything about these medical terms. The bioavailability in liver for iron is very high. Okay. For iron in liver is if that's not what I said, that's what I mean. The bioavailability of iron in liver is very high. Copper, which is important. Copper acts like a key to activate a number of enzymes, which then help regulate energy production, iron metabolism, and brain function, fam. Okay. And this is just one source. Okay. And you guys can do some more research on this yourself to see the good, the bad, and the ugly. But trust me, the good outweighs the bad. All right. The risks associated with eating beef liver include consuming too much vitamin A, ingesting carbon, absorbing antibiotics present in the liver. Oh, look, there's a problem because Esau gives the animals drugs as well, right? So consuming too much, you gotta watch out because Esau drugged your animals. You see why the Most I say don't hate husbandry? Because I'm sure you're not gonna drug your animals if you raise them yourself, right? But who will believe our report, right? Good source of vitamin A. We looked at that. Copper. Detectable levels of antibiotics. Gotta look out for that. So you're looking for grass-fed, no antibiotics, right? Yeah, cholesterol meboxide, right? That's absolute nonsense. This whole cholesterol thing is a myth, right? And if you click on these links, we can you can see actually not when you click on these links. If you visit Dr. Berg's page, he will give you the various links that can show you all the studies that show cholesterol is not doing what is generally agreed upon uh, by the so-called medical what's the word? Consensus. Okay, it's not doing what they say it's doing. All right. Who should avoid beef liver? Pregnant people, right? Again, you just got to do your research. People with gout and so on and so forth, right? The point being, the thing is medicine, man, right? And just like all medicine, you gotta know how to take it. That's why you go to the healer. So it says the fish leaped out of the river and would have devoured Tobit when he went in. This is a very important clue to show you what fish this is. And we're gonna look at it real quick before we wrap up. But I want you to read on, Sabs. Go ahead. Verse 3.
Then the angel said unto him, Take the fish. And the young man laid hold of the fish and drew it to land.
Go ahead.
To whom the angel said, Open the fish, and take the heart and the liver and the gall, and put them up safely.
So stop right there. It said the young man held the fish and pulled it to land. This is also very important, a very important clue in showing what fish this could be, right? Go ahead.
So the
Verse-
young man did as the angel commanded him. And when they had roasted the fish, they did eat it. Then they both went on their way till they drew near to Ecbatane.
Ecbatine, that's right. So a couple of things happened there. He pulled out the fish with his hands, all right, and they also roasted the fish and ate it. So whatever fish this was, this had to be a clean fish, and this brother had to be able to pull the fish out with his hands. He didn't have no fishing hook, man. Okay. So I know I wanted 1 to 5 there. Okay. Let's go to chapter 11 and verse 8, and then we'll have a look at what fish I believe this is, and then we'll conclude. So Tobit chapter 11, verse 8. Go ahead. Go from 7.
Then said Raphael, I know Tobias, that thy father will open his eyes. Therefore anoint thou eyes with the gall, and being pricked therewith, he shall rub, and the whiteness shall fall away, and he shall see thee.
And he shall see. All right. So the father got blinded by some bird droppings that fell in his eyes. Raphael told him to keep the gall, and you know, uh, uh, pour some of the gall's contents within the dad's eye. It's gonna burn. He's gonna rub, and the whiteness is gonna fall out of his eyes, and he's gonna see. Okay. Go ahead.
Then Anna ran forth, and fell upon the neck of her son, and said unto him, Seeing I have seen thee, my son, from henceforth I am content to die. And they wept both.
Read on.
Tobit also went forth toward the door, and stumbled, but his son ran unto him, and took hold of his father, and he strake of the gall on his father's eyes, saying,
Mm-hmm.
Be of good hope, my father.
Mm-hmm.
And when his eyes began to smart, he rubs them,
Mm-hmm.
and the whiteness piled away from the corners of his eyes. And when he saw his son, he fell upon his neck.
Right, that's all I want there. And you're right, it was peeled, okay? The whiteness peeled away from his eyes. Or peeled. Um, so the bush medicine worked. And by the way, that was Raphael the angel. Okay. right? Raphael knows the bush medicine, man, right? He's a healer, right? Um, remember, Raphael also showed Tobit how to get rid of the demon that was essentially haunting his bride, you know, as well. Let me look up this Raphael here. I wanna I wanna see if I can find this. This upsets my soul every time I see these damn Edomites lying against the ones that dwell in heaven, man. You know, showing you demons and telling you these demons are angels. What do I want to do? 11 and 7. Bear with me, family. Let me just see if I can find the etymology, not the etymology, the Strong's, the word study for Raphael here. One sec. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There we go. All right. So Raphael literally means Yahweh has healed, man. Okay. See that? It literally means Yahweh has healed. And Yahweh sent that angel, who's one of the seven major angels, um, to heal the brother Tobit's dad, man. Sorry, the brother Tobit, right? Which is Tobias's father. All right. All right. So that being established, I want to go back and look at that fish, right? It said the fish leaped out of the river and would have devoured him, right? So is this a big fish or a small fish, family?
A big fish.
Yeah, that would be a big fish. All right. Um, the fish leaped out of the water, it said, all right, and came at him. So first thing I did, I looked up aggressive fish in the Tigris River. Why Tigris? Because according to chapter verse 1 here, it says, and they went on their journey, they came in the evening to the river Tigris, and they lodged there. Okay. That's why I asked for the fish in the Tigris River, because that's literally where they were. They were by the Tigris River. So this is what it gave me. It said, the most aggressive fish reported in the Tigris River is the bull shark. The bull shark, right? Now, is a righteous man and an angel eating a shark? Are these guys gonna eat sharks?
No.
No, because a shark is unclean. It doesn't have scales. It has bone basically, right? Or teeth, right? Um, on its body, man, right? I want to make sure I get this right. Um, Shark scales, also known as dermal denticles. Yeah, so it's teeth. Tooth-like structures that cover the shark's skin, providing hydrodynamic advantages and protection. These denticles are similar in structure to teeth, and teeth are made of dentine enamel and a pulp cavity. Unlike the scales of bony fish, shark scales do not grow with the shark. Instead, they are continuously replaced as the shark grows. So they don't have the same scales as bony fish. Okay, these are not scales. It's teeth. The skin is made out of teeth material. Okay, and you guys can look into this a bit more, but trust me, these brothers are not eating no shark, man. Okay, because shark don't have scales. All right. Okay, that's not scales. That thing's smooth as butter. We're not eating no whale either, right? So if it's not a bull shark, right? What other aggressive fish are in this particular vicinity, right? Says while not exclusive to the tigers, they have been documented in the river system. Other potentially aggressive fish in tigers system include the mangar, which fish I believe the brothers uh, caught, okay? Also known as the pike barbel, all right? And some introduced species. We know it's not an introduced species because we're dealing with ancient fish, all right? Some introduced species like pacu, which are known for their voracious feeding habits, all right? So I looked deeper into the mangar, and I believe this is the fish, and I will show you guys why I believe this. The mangar, also called the Lucio barbus esocinus, okay? That's the uh, Latin, I believe Latin or Greek name, all right? Which they call the scientific name, right? It's just another psyop, right? In any case, this large ray-finned fish, it says, is native to the Tigris-Euphrates system. While not specifically known for aggression towards humans, its large size and predatory nature suggests it could be a formidable fish. All right, so it's not widely known to attack humans, but it's a large fish and it's a predator. Okay, right? Which could which what which suggests that it could be a formidable fish. All right. So the fish could get at you, man. Right. Though it's not known to do that. The fish, generally known to do that. The fish could get at you, man. Right. As it said, happened in Tobit. Right. So watch this. Okay. So this is the pike barrel or mangar. All right. We learn about it. The mangar, all right, or pike barrel, Barbus Esocinus, is found in the Tigris-Euphrates River system. All right. And Nineveh is towards the top there. Okay, Nineveh is towards the top of the river. All right. I think this is the Persian Gulf. I'm pretty sure that's the Mediterranean Sea there. Okay. Here's the point. And can grow to 430 pounds, man. So this fish can grow to be 430 pounds. Is that a big fish? Sabs. Is a 430-pound fish a big fish?
Yeah.
Certainly. I only weigh 180. So that's two of me plus some. Okay. And in another place, I believe I have the record here. We're gonna read that the fish can grow up to 7 feet in size, man. In length. The species scientific name essentially means pike-like, pike barbel, after the northern pike. So a more literal translation would be pike-like wolf barbel. Okay, this is how the fish deal ferocious. Okay, pike-like wolf barbel. Remember, they already told us the fish is aggressive, right? Although the aggression is known to generally be towards their prey. Okay, so we can learn a little bit more about the fish here. It says here of the mangar fish. Well, we know it's big. All right, we know it's a predatory fish, so it has potential to attack. We know this fish is in the Euphrates River. You see all the clues coming together, right? The same clues here from Tobin. Right? The fish leaped out of the river and would have devoured him, right? So it has the aggression. The angel said, and this could be hyperbole, right? It could just mean the fish attacked him, it was gonna bite him, right? But hey, the man could have been writing it like, yo, this fish was gonna eat me because it's so damn big. The angel said to him, take the fish. So the angel knows what kind of fish this is and tells him, yo, take the fish, man. Right? And he grabbed the fish and he pulled the fish to land. And Lord willing, I'll be able to see, pull up a video where it shows you literally somebody pulling this fish to land with their two hands. Okay? Yeah, so that's what we want so far. Oh. So we have the size of the fish, we have the fish in the right location, okay? We have the fish with the right attitude, with the aggression, okay? And now we can read just a little bit about it here to get more features of the fish that can land the fish in that time and place, this particular mangar fish. So it says the mangar or pike barbel is a large species of ray fin fish in the genus Luciobarbus within the family Cyprinidae, native to the Tigris River system in Iran, Iraq, Syria, and Turkey. All right. The species is highly prized as a food fish, but it has declined due to overfishing and habitat loss, making it vulnerable, right? And this fish, as you can see, have fin and scale. So it would have been kosher to eat, or kadash, kosher, kashar. It was well known even in ancient times. Here's what I want. It was well known even in ancient times. And there are illustrations from 1500 to 1000 BC showing Assyrian priests or deities dressed in the skin of the mangar. Now remember, the most I tell you, all these creatures get weaker with age. So if the fish go to 7 feet now, what did it used to go to before? You see? In any case, priests are wearing the skin of the mangar. That's how big the fish can get, family. All right? Reading on, these are obviously not the biggest versions here on the side. It says the mangar is the type species Lucio barbus, which was established for it by Haeckel in 1843. The species scientific name essentially means the same thing we just read, the pike-like wolf barbel, okay? The species, here it is, reaches a maximum length of up to 2.3 meters, 7.5 feet, almost 8 feet of fish. Okay? And remember, the brother was about 20 years old when this was happening. He's not 8 feet tall, man. Okay? It also tells you the fish has a wide mouth too in another place. The species reaches a maximum length of up to 7.5 feet and a weight of up to 140 kg, 310 pounds. All right. And we found an even higher weight in another place. Okay. Now, the typical size is 1.15 meters or 5 feet. That's the typical size. Regular size. 3 to 5 feet, family, is the regular size of the fish. It happens all the time. 130 pounds happens all the time, right? And the big ones can get as big as we saw, 400, 300, 3 something. We can average the two, 350, let's say, for argument's sake. It's considered one of the largest extant cyprinids, surpassed by the giant barb, and may live for up to at least 17 years. It has a large head, toothless mouth, surrounded by 4 barbels, which is like beard. It's like a extension like beard. But it's not a catfish, okay? Don't get it twisted. The silvery body is covered with small scales. So the brothers would have eaten this fish. There is only one dorsal fin, a pair of pectoral and ventral fins. The anal fin and tail, they have yellowish tones. I think that's what I want. Is there anything else? The mangar has been recorded feeding on a wide range of animals, from zooplankton and invertebrate to fish and even birds, family. Okay. Fish make up about half its food. All right. Now let me see if I can see this, if I can find the guy getting the mangar. Okay. Releasing large mangar. I saw the video earlier today. Yeah, this is the guy. Sorry, can everyone see and hear this? Can everyone see and hear this?
Yes.
All right. So the fish is about to go, and he grabs the tail and pulls the fish back. Kisses the fish, right? And lets it go, right? releasing monster mangar fish in Iran. All right. So that's why I believe this is the fish, right? And if I'm correct, that fish can be used for medicine then. You see? So when the Most High tell you the medicine comes from the earth, it's not just the herbs and the trees and it's all the clean and lawful uh uh animals, man. Bird, right? How we know bird is good? Well, we used to eat doves, man, all the time. Pigeons. That's what a dove is, a pigeon. That was one of the sacrifices that you could make, and it's one of the Most High's favorite animals. So you know it's clean, right? For consumption. He would accept it as a offering. If you were poor, you could bring two pigeons, man. And that was accepted. Miriam, which is her real name, Yahweh mother, and Joseph, it's turtle doves they brought to the temple. After for an offering after she gave birth to Yahweh man. And they were poor people, right? The point being, again, the medicines come from the earth, right? And it's not just the herbs, but it's the animals, the land animals, the fish, the herbs, the birds, man. They're all good for various things, right? So in conclusion, medicine, according to Yahweh, comes from the earth. The animals, the fish, the herbs, and the birds as well. Evidenced by the fact that we can eat them and, of course, offer them for sacrifice, the birds, that is. In addition to exercise, which we looked at, medicine, diet, and your mindset, which is where all of this starts. That's literally part one. Your mind. All this starts with letting go of the oppressor's mind. All this starts with healing from Stockholm syndrome, which the Negro has, from being a slave to the Caucasian for um you know uh what is it, 400 years, man, you know. So in addition to exercise, medicine, diet, and getting your mind right, there are many other facets of health that Yahweh has revealed to us in the Bible. He's revealed how to deal with hygiene, right, which I can get into, disease detection, contagions, and injuries, right? And I was talking to my wife about this, and I said, didn't these Europeans, so-called Europeans, these Edomites, didn't they have the Bible, man? Why didn't they use the principles of the scriptures to stop the spread of the Black Plague and these various plagues that they had, right? Did they use these things? I don't think so, because it certainly spread, right? Now, this could have just been the will of Yahweh, but it's something to think about and something to look into. I certainly don't think they used it. I could be wrong, though, right? But the scriptures have ways to deal with all these things, man. Precise ways to deal with all these things, right? Of course, you guys can search these things yourselves, but if you want to keep this health series going, I can look into a couple of these things and bring out maybe one more precept on it, or a couple more, whatever you guys want, one or two more on it, before we wrap up this series. If not, this will be the final one in the series, at least for now, right? So the point is, though, despite all the so-called technological advancements of our time, If we want to get and maintain good health, there's no better solution for us, family, than to use the methods of the creator of all things, right? Yahweh, man, the God of the so-called Negro, right? He tells you, your medicine comes from nature, right? Exercise, eat right, don't eat too much, and gives you all the instructions that you need within the law, statutes, and commandments to have good health, which is above all gold. So consult him, right? And stop putting the words of the damn devil, who is the so-called white man, above the words of the Most High. Trust Yahweh over everybody else, because at the end of the day, it's Yahweh that heals you. A brother was telling me this week, lastly, that you know, he did some fervent praying for his mom, and she was in a bad situation, health-wise, right? And they went to the hospital, and it wasn't looking good. But by the time their prayer campaign was over, Yahweh reversed the sickness, man. And there's no other way to put it, you know. These doctors are basically like, well, basically what he told me is that essentially everything disappeared out of nowhere. And she was doing really bad, right? We know it certainly wasn't their drugs, man. If she even took them, right? But the brother uh, ensured that he wanted to confess to me that this was Yahweh's doing, because even the doctors are kind of like, well, you don't know what happened, right? So all praise to the Most High. That's all I got for you guys today. For those that are on the line, of course, if you're a Negro, you're actually the biblical Israelite. That is your true identity. You got to come back to the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. Because if you don't, you will continue to suffer under the curses of Deuteronomy chapter 28, which includes poverty, hatred for your brother, sickness, and all the other being killed in the streets, being hated, and being destroyed by people that hate you. All these things are curses that the Most High put upon us uh, for disobeying his commandments, because we made a blood contract saying that we were going to, right? And he wrote and said, well, okay, if you keep it, here's the good things that's going to happen to you. And if you don't keep it, here's the bad things that's going to happen to you. The principle of which being that you would go into slavery with yokes of iron placed upon your neck until you were completely destroyed, right? And this only happened to one people worldwide, and that is the so-called Negro. Everybody knows the so-called Negro was taken into worldwide slavery, and the so-called Negro today is completely destroyed, morally destroyed, financially destroyed, spiritually destroyed, culturally destroyed because of slavery. Therefore, the Negro is the so-called, the so-called Negro is the Israelite and needs to return to his God, or he will perish along with the wicked people that rule the world right now, and the rest of these nations that don't bow down to the true black God of the universe. To other people listening, the other nations, you've been hoodwinked and bamboozled by religion. Religion is not the answer. Learning the law, statutes, and commandments of God under the tutelage of the priest that he sent, pursuant to Psalm 148, verse 19 and 20, Baruch 4, 1 to 6, and John 4, 22 to 24. These are the people that's supposed to teach you, Israelites, so-called Negroes. These are your real priests, according to God. Leave religion if you would like to live and experience the mercy of Yahweh. Your reward is serving within his kingdom and being treated well. That is your reward. The reward of the children of Israel is to rule the world forever and ever, even forever and ever. And that's the facts according to the scriptures. And to the oppressor, the Most High has designed for you death and destruction, and you shall surely have it at his hand. Thanks for listening to the people online. If you enjoyed the lesson and you want to learn more, subscribe, follow, whatever, stay in touch. All right, and to the people on the in the actual class, just wait up, let me stop the live, and then we can pray out.